Hey up, Rock God 2004 back with another video for you. Excuse the voice, I've caught another, whether it be chest infection or what, I don't know what it is. So you'll have to excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm going to show you, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's about 12 films I've watched this past week. So before my voice fails and before I collapse, I need to get back to bed. I'll do it this quick, right? So first up, I watched the 4K of Home Alone. I had a blast with this. I haven't seen it for so many years. I knew I liked it. I've got the DVD box set, but I thought I'd like this. I'm hoping to release a second one. Picture quality was excellent, and I just had a blast with it. I don't necessarily wait till Christmas. If I want to watch it, I'll watch it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. And it was an absolute bargain. The slip, absolutely mint. The disc itself was sealed, and I got it for £8 and free postage. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. That's Home Alone on 4K. The next one was one of the DVDs that the beautiful Michael Hewitt sent me. He's been hounding me to watch this one for a while because he loves this film and he really wanted me to watch it. And it's the Kurt Russell film, Soldier. He knows I don't like science fiction, as do all of you, but he said he classes this as more of an action film. I said, well, give it a go. You've sent it, I will give it a go. I mean, I know I have had stuff that I haven't watched yet that people have sent me, but don't worry, I will get round to it. It's just that it's getting through it all. But I stuck this on, and after 20 minutes I was done, but I thought I'll keep going. Half an hour, 3/4 of an hour. I got to 55 minutes and I had to turn it off. I hated every minute of it. I hated every second of it. It's science fiction. It's a science fiction film, what do you want me to say? Even like to the point where it's got orange skies and 2 or 3 suns or whatever in the back, and I hate that setting. So yeah, I will never ever be watching this again, but if you're a sci-fi fan, chances are you're going to love it. I loathed it. That's Soldier. The next up, this was a bit of a weird one. I don't know if I've already put this in my last review. I can't remember, but it's in the pile anyway. But I'll put, this is a George Romero lost film called The Amusement Park. Absolutely beautiful slipcover. Really prominent embossing there. I didn't know what to expect of this. I had no idea. And I got the American version because you get this lovely slipcover with it. The UK one doesn't have a slip. If you're a George A. Romero completist, you might want to get this. The film itself only goes on for 54 minutes. However, it's not a horror film. This reminds me of, do you remember the old UK sort of public information films in the 70s? It's like one of them. It's basically a moral tale, really, of look after your elderly, look after them, because you never know when they're gone. And at the time, in the 70s, when this was made, apparently in the States, the elderly didn't get much help with whether it be heating or whatever it was. But somebody was saying in one of the extras, like, there was no such thing as Meals on Wheels or nothing like that, and apparently they did suffer. So it's more like that. I think he got approached to do this, and George Romero is actually in it, as well as directing it. For saying they've remastered it, picture quality is still really rough. That's as good as it gets. It's still got all the scratches and stuff in. It's by no means a masterpiece. Would I watch it again? Yes, but not yet. It's not one I could watch over and over, but I will watch it again because it was interesting. It's more like like a timepiece, really, I suppose. Really. I'm not well. But yeah, it's worth a watch. It's only 55 minutes. But if you're thinking of getting it, if you're not like a Romero completist, try and watch it on Shudder or something first. I don't know why it's on Shudder, because it's not a horror film, so I think it's the fact it's Romero. So that's the Amusement Park. Then I watched a film that I've already seen once and absolutely hated it. But because I'm awaiting the second one, I needed to watch the first one again, so I got the American version, not the dodgy UK 2-disc one. And this is the first Terrifier. And I did reverse the artwork. The original artwork looks like... I'll just take the disc out. That's the original artwork. It actually comes on the front cover. And I thought with the second one coming, I'd turn it round because it's animated, both sides there. And I can't tell you how much I absolutely loved it. I think what it must have been is the fact it was that hyped up that I was expecting this great acting and stuff. And even the acting wasn't as bad as I remembered. But this went on for about an hour and a half and it didn't feel it. I had an absolute blast. I loved it. I honestly could have just started it again and watched it again on the day. And I'm ready to watch it again now. So yeah, I'm so glad I liked it now. So that's the original Terrifier. I also want to see All Hallows Eve as well, which is where Art the Clown originated from. Next up, wow, I watched Rocky on 4K. Oh, what a film. I was watching this and I had to pause it to go and get a drink. And I thought, oh, right, I'll pause it. It's probably been on about 40-45 minutes. So I'll probably be like close to the halfway through. Because I think it's about an hour, no, it's about around 55, 2 hours I think it is. I'm going to put my gigs on now because I wasn't going to put my gigs on for this. Just tell me where the running time is. 119 minutes, yeah, 2 hours. So like I said, I thought it was like 40 minutes. I paused it, and when I come back in and press play, and I pressed the display button, it had been on an hour and 40 minutes. It only had about 15 minutes left. I was that engrossed, and it just went like that. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to get the other ones now. I didn't remember the ending. The only bit I could remember about this was when he was in the ring after the fight, he's shouting Adrian, and the only other bit I could remember was when he runs up the stairs and does his little Scott dance. I'm not explaining what a Scott dance is if you don't know. Watch the live streams. I certainly didn't remember some of the training methods, like in the meat warehouse. I couldn't remember that. And I also didn't remember that Adrian was Paulie's sister. So there was quite a lot I didn't remember. But wow, what a blast. Absolutely loved it. I can't wait to see the others. So that's Rocky. And then I got this one. This is like a cross between a Hammer film and a slasher film. And it's got Linda Hayden in. And this is The Blood on Satan's Claw. Absolutely loved it. Also known as Satan's Skin. Satan's Skin is the UK title. Blood on Satan's Claw was the US title. I'm sure I've done a video on this. I can't even remember now. But what a film this is. It's absolutely amazing. Loved it. And then I give this a rewatch. This is only the second time I've watched it. And my God, I had a ball with it again. This is The Last Matinee. And I swear to God, I can't recommend this film enough. I've mentioned this a few times lately on some of the live streams and some of the guys who I'm talking to. And there's about 3 or 4 I know of have gone out and bought it because I've gone on about it. And I haven't heard anybody say yet that they didn't like it. Everybody's liked it. It's such an amazing slasher film, this. Limited edition with the slipcover. And this is actually in the sale now. I think it's about $8.99 in HMV and online as well with a slip. I think it's Italian. So the language is not English, it's actually Italian or whatever the language is. I think it's Italian. There is subtitles, which normally puts me off. Because normally when I read a subtitle, I look up, I've missed something. There's not that many. And it's like, you can read, and you can look up and you don't miss anything. And there's not a lot of subtitles. But what a film. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. That's the last matinee. Then I finally watched Blue Velvet. Really enjoyed it. You'd be all pleased to know. It wasn't brilliant like everybody was saying. Maybe that's why I didn't think it was brilliant. Because once again, you all have overhyped it again. And I've had it in my head of what's going to happen in it. Will I keep it? Definitely. Will I watch it again? Absolutely. Really enjoyed it. Really, really good film. Not a brilliant film, but God, I did half enjoy it. Dennis Hopper is evil, as usual. I don't think this ever came with a slipcover. Let me know if it did, if I'm wrong, because I'll try and hunt one down. But I don't think it did. But yeah, first time I've ever seen it. David Lynch's Blue Velvet. Really good film, really enjoyed it. The next two I got for two for £15 in the HMV thing. They've got that back on again with the premium titles because, as you know, they're all getting discontinued. They want rid of them. So the first one I watched, I'd never seen this before, but I've always fancied it. This is it's Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek in Badlands. I'd seen bits of this on the telly, and I always thought I'd like to see that, but I'd never seen it from start to finish. But I tell you what a cracking film it is. I really enjoyed it. It's something so just different, something for a change. I don't quite get why it was an 18. I've said this before. I've seen far worse 15s, and it says on the back, strong language. There was none. I don't even recall one single F-bomb, let alone anything else in it. I mean, this was made in 1973. Swearing was about, but not as much as what it is now in films. But yeah, if, like me, you're one of the rare ones who hasn't seen it, I can recommend this great film. Really great. The acting's amazing. It's fantastic stuff. And it was directed by... oh, God, what do they call him? Terrence Malick. Badlands. And the other one I got, I've wanted this for years because I haven't seen this since the 80s. And the first time I saw this when we first got a video and we recorded it by sheer accident. I think I must have said something after recording. This was on after it. Jason Robards, Stella Stevens, and a brilliant performance by David Warner, bless him. And it's The Ballad of Cable Hogue. Directed, surprisingly, by Sam Peckinpah, who did Straw Dogs, because this, I was giggling my ass off all the way through. It's so funny. It's a Western kind of thing, but it's like got comedy mixed in. It's not as in Blazing Saddles, which was more of a absolute Mickey take. It's just got some funny bits in, and there's bits where like I'm thinking now, particularly David Warner, when he's running away from something and they speed it up, and it's like watching Benny Hill. Well, you also see Stella Stevens do it later on. I'm pretty sure with Jason Robards as well. But when it happens, I couldn't stop laughing. My chest was killing me. But yeah, I knew I liked this anyway. But God, what a brilliant film! I had an absolute blast with it. I couldn't remember that ending. Like I was a bit sort of gutted at the ending. But there you go. This is a 12, right? And it says frequent, moderate sex references and nudity. I found this more adult than Badlands, to be fair. And this one's 121 minutes, but it doesn't feel it. What a cracking film. So that's The Ballad of Cable Hogue. The way I remembered it is, I remember there was a scene where David Warner was the priest. He says he's a priest. And I remember at one time the line that he gave was, "The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away." And as a teenager, in the context, I was absolutely on the floor laughing. I just found it funny. And I've never forgot that line. And I had to find out what they called the film. I had to Google David Warner as a priest and "The Lord giveth," and that's when he came up. So I highly recommend that one. This came today, and I've watched it today. Or did it come yesterday and I've watched it today? It's every day is blended into one. Must have been today because yesterday was bank holiday. I used to have this on video. I don't know whether there's an. I think I copied it in the 80s. I haven't seen it since the 80s, but I used to watch this regularly. Another kind of sci-fi thing, which, you know, for me is a bit of a rarity, but I love this film. Michael Crichton directed it, who wrote the Jurassic Park book, and it stars Tom Selleck and Gene Simmons out of Kiss, and it's Runaway. A lot of people hated this in the 80s, said it was garbage. I loved it, and I watched it today, and I had an absolute blast with it. What a film. Gene Simmons is actually excellent in it. Tom Selleck is just brilliant in it. She's really good, but I can never remember her name. Cynthia Rhodes. And the kid who plays his son, I've never seen it, I don't know, but he looks like the kid out of Flight of the Navigator. When is him, I don't know. But that is such a good film if you've never seen it. Sort of set in the future with these weird guns and things. But yeah, Gene Simmons. It's kind of like an action film. And it's only things like the guns that make it look like in the future science fiction. And also there's robots. So like Tom Selleck will go home and instead of a wife there, he's got a robot there who will cook stuff for him. But it's such a good film. There's Gene Simmons there. His hair looks even worse there than what it does now. The only extra on it, which I'm not bothered about, and I probably won't ever listen to that, is a commentary. But nice picky disc, and the picture was actually really good in it as well, for saying it was a sort of a not a great popular film. I loved it in the 80s, and I still do. I'm so glad to have that. So that's Runaway. I got this off 88 Films, and I got it direct off their website. And I didn't realise, actually, I had bought off them before, and I thought they charged postage, but it was free postage. This is one of their limited edition sets, and it was normally $27.99, and it still is in Middlesbrough. And I just happened to go and have a look, and there it was. I've fancied this for a while, but I've never seen it. $14.99 and free postage. I thought, right, that's it, I'm having it. It's now sold out. Hitcher in the Dark. One of them ones where you get the booklet, and I'm sure there was a poster in it as well. Yeah, there is. The artwork was originally the same as the slipcover, but I flipped it round to that one, which is what the video rental looked like, because I remember the glasses. I remember seeing it in the video shops, but I never ever got it out to watch. I'm sure I've showed these, you know, but I do apologise if I'm repeating myself. I have, because I remember doing this, but yeah. What a cracking film it was. I really enjoyed it. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, to be honest. I thought it was going to be more dubbed and filmed in Italy. And it isn't. It's in America with American actors. But the fact that it was an Umberto Lenzi film, and I didn't realise that as well, Joe D'Amato produced it, so that's two Italian directors. I thought it was going to be like dubbed and all Italian actors in it, sorry. And it's not. It's actually set in the USA, and it felt very American. Yeah, I had a blast. He's a prick, and I hate him. But yeah, really good film. Highly recommended if you can get all of it. Hitcher in the Dark. And lastly, I finally stayed awake and watched all the way through the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Possibly one of my favourite films in my top 20 or 25. I love this film. Used to hate it, but I absolutely love it now. And I was really looking forward just to watching the 4K. I have done an unboxing of this, so if you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link for it in the description so you can watch it. It looks amazing. It looks fantastic. It's never going to look 100% because it was filmed on 16mm, which I said before when I first got it. I knew that. It is grainy, but my God, the colours, the reds when you see any blood, whatever. I know there's only little blood in it, but and also the bit that I saw as well was when you see Pam's red shorts. They're like, God, they're blinding, and the sky looks beautiful. The blue sky is just amazing. But yeah, it's the best it's ever going to look, and for me, definitely this should be the last edition. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that I should have to buy. I would like the American Steelbook. I would like that because it's nice, of the one that's just come out. But yeah, I had a look through the book as well, which I've shown in the video. It's a beautiful, beautiful edition, this. Well worth getting. I got this from Second Sight with the extra cards, and I've looked on, and that was now sold out. I think you can still get it on HMV, and I think you can still get it on Amazon, but you don't get the extra 3 art cards. But I would get that quick before it goes. And that's all I've watched, really, which is actually enough, I suppose. Another one that came today with Runaway. I got this. This is another one was free postage as well. And I got this direct from Network. Pete's mate, his company. And I thought, well, I can't fall off for that really, because I've been watching this for a few years, and it's like 17, 18 quid. And it was in their sale for $11.99. I'm a House of Horror TV series, 3 discs. What a bargain. So I will be watching that very soon as well. Even Peter Cushing's in it. I do remember this being on the telly, but I didn't see a lot of them. I only saw a few, and I can't remember any of them anyway. But I do remember it being on. But I thought, with me collecting the Hammer films, I thought, well, I'd like that as well to go with them. So there you go. 3 disc set. You get 1 there, 2 there, and you get all the episodes listed there, which I haven't read about as yet. Only thing missing off, that's a nice slipcover, but never mind. Even so, for 11 quid, you can't fall off. Absolutely wonderful. I'm over the moon with that. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, I'm House of Horror. So that's it for this one. I did want to do a couple more during the week, over the weekend and later on in the week. But I don't feel great, so I'll have to wait and see how it goes. Bloody chest infection. It's really getting to me, the breathing more than anything. I've had me inhaler, so that's calmed it a wee bit. So I'm hoping that I do get over this pretty soon. I only just got over it a few weeks ago. I don't know whether it's just come back. Anyway, it could be something different, because I've been coughing and sneezing all over the place, and now Laura's got it, so maybe it isn't a chest infection. I don't know. I think I've just been a bit crap with the luck lately. Anyway, I'll stop mithering you now about all my ailments. Thank you very much indeed for watching. If you've managed to stay the full 25 minutes, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, all 2 of you. If you've subscribed, thank you. I can't tell you how much it means to me. Thank you very much. I will leave a link for that Texas Chainsaw unboxing in the description. Go and have a watch of that if you haven't seen it already. And I'll see you as soon as I can on the next video. You all take care of yourselves. Thank you very much. Ta-ta.